Some horses are born to be great, bred in the purple. Red Rum had a different background. His pedigree was programmed for the Irish sale ring at a modest level. His sire Quorum was a miler. His mother Ma Red was bred for speed, but possessed very little. What she did have was temperament. Her first two foals were fillies and quite useless. At the third attempt she produced a colt. Thoroughbred breeding was always an inexact science. No one at the Rosnara stud in County Kilkenny dreamt that this ordinary foal would one day rewrite the history of racing. His breeder, Martin McHenry, had no illusions about the colt's mother.
Well, she was very fiery and she was very hard to contain and always sweated up when she was asked to do anything of importance anyway.
She won just one race?
That's right, in Galway.
Was it expected?
Well, I never saw an animal sweat up as much, but she jumped off last and she came through in the last furlong and won going away.
Because of his mother's reputation, the Quorum colt was bought for just 400 guineas. The Quorum colt went to be trained in Leicestershire by the former champion jump jockey Tim Maloney. He'd been asked by an owner to buy a horse to win the selling race at Liverpool the following March.
He was quite a nice two-year-old, ordinary two-year-old. He was no world beater or anything, but he was quite a nice horse. But he had a great character of a horse. He was full of life. He really used to jump and kick and
so they head back towards the straight where they have three fences, the Charles Vickery Memorial Cup chase to take. Great Noise and Red Rum, that's the two leaders. They're followed by Proud King. Then there's a gap back to Off the Cuff, and then comes Garfield in fifth. They come now into this fence. And as we look down the course, on the right is Great Noise, on the left is Red Rum. They take it together. Then comes Proud King, close up in third. They're running now towards the next. This is the last open ditch. Red Rum on the left, Great Noise on the right, Proud King between those two. As they touch down, is Red Rum the leader, and Great Noise just cannoned into the loose horse, but he was weakening at the time. As they run now into the final phase, is Red Rum in the lead from Proud King coming through the second. Great Noise is third, Off the Cuff is fourth. Red Rum at the final fence. And he's over safely from Proud King. Great Noise jumps it in third. Then comes Off the Cuff. They've got about 150 yards to go, but it's Red Rum now being tackled by Proud King. But Red Rum staying on really in grand style from Proud King. These two well clear of Off the Cuff as they come up to... No doubt about the winner. It's going to be Red Rum from Proud King coming up in second place. Finishing third is Off the Cuff, and these three are then followed home by Great Noise.
So Mrs. Brotherton thought the unthinkable. She decided to have fewer horses, and Red Rum, as the oldest, must be the first to go. He wasn't a freebooter, he was always a high-class horse. In fact, Red Rum was becoming a problem horse. There were some happy memories. Over 4 seasons he'd won a total of 8 races. But with no scope and little hope, he was entered for the Doncaster Sales. Enter Ginger McCain.
So the horse looked absolutely stone-cold magnificent. You know, he was one of these lovely quality horses, more like a high-class flat horse really to look at. He was only 7 in those days, and he hadn't picked out quite as much as he did later on. There's a new bidder came in at 4,000, and I think he went up to either 4,600, 4,800. Now a new bidder coming in, my limit was 7. I was starting to get the wind up, and I was very much in love with this horse by then. I mean, he looked tremendous in the ring. So it's a bit of an old motor trader's ploy. I upped it from 4,600 to 6. Now it stopped everybody. Nobody came back. And there were a lot of lovely sand hills to ride through. And some of the hills you went down, you wouldn't have gone down on a mountain goat. You just have to stick your feet forward, and the horses more or less slid down, side down. And the sand hills would be sort of 200-300 foot high. But the horses loved it. I took an astronomical amount of work into it. I really, really did. And he stood it, and he came back from it.
And they're away. They're off, and Rouge Autumn starts fast on the inside with Sonny Laird, and Go Continental moving up on the outside with Beggar's Way. Then comes Black Secret with General Simons on his outside, and Richelieu and Glen Kiln, and it's Rouge Autumn leading them. Crisp has gone right up there with Sonny Laird on the inside. Then comes Hurricane Rock, then Mildor over on the far side with Endless Folly and Beggar's Way and Black Secret, and with Rouge Autumn disputing it, they come to the first, and we join John Hanmer.
Black Secret, one of the leaders, along with General Simons. They're at the first now, and Black Secret over in the lead. There's a follower, Richelieu has gone at the first, and as they go towards the second, Grey Sombrero on the outside along with Asheville, then Glen Kiln, then comes Black Secret, General Simons, then Highland Seal. As they jump the second, no fallers at the second that I can see, and as they go to the third, Grey Sombrero on the outside from Asheville, Black Secret, Crisp, General Simons over the ditch. and Grey Sombrero over first. There's a faller at that one. Asheville fell at that, and going to the fourth, Grey Sombrero in the lead and over to Julian Wilson.
And spread right across the course with Grey Sombrero the leader over that one from Endless Folly in the centre. Black Secret towards the outside. Highland Seal just scrambled over that one. Crisp is right up there on the inside as they race down towards the fifth. Grey Sombrero right on the wide outside. He leads over it from on the inside Crisp, then Rouge Autumn and Mill Door on the inside. Behind this comes Hurricane Rock and Sunny Lad, but as they race down towards Beecher's, it's the Grey Sombrero racing wide of the field, the clear leader from Crisp in second, Black Secret third, and at Beecher's, Grey Sombrero over and just clears it from Crisp in second, Black Secret third, Endless Folly four, Sunny Lad five, Rouge Autumn is sixth, and Beggar's Way is a faller at Beecher's. And just about all the others have gone over it as they go over the next, with Crisp now the leader from Grey Sombrero, then Black Secret and Endless Folly, Sunny Lad and Rouge Autumn, then Hurricane Rock, then Great Noise towards the outside and Tarquin Bid as they come towards the canal turn. And Swan Shot balked and at the last one, and Mr. Vimy has refused as they jump the canal turn. Nerio's been pulled up, and Crisp is the leader from Grey Sombrero as they jump Valentine's. Crisp over Valentine's from Grey Sombrero, Black Secret, Endless Folly, Sunny Lad, then Rouge Autumn, then Hurricane Rock on the inside of Great Noise, Mill Door and Tarquin Bid, then after that comes Spanish Steps. Highland Seal has been pulled up as they jump the next. Crisp over it from Grey Sombrero, Black Secret, Endless Folly, Sunny Lad, Rouge Autumn, Great Noise, Hurricane Rock, Mill Door, Tarquin Bid as we rejoin John Hanmer.
Crisp in the lead from Grey Sombrero, Endless Folly, Black Secret, Great Noise. Then comes Rouge Autumn, Sunny Lad. Behind Sunny Lad is Hurricane Rock. And as they go towards the next fence, it's Crisp, the clear leader from Grey Sombrero, Endless Folly, Black Secret. Then comes Great Noise. Behind Great Noise is Sunny Lad, then Rouge Autumn. Then comes Tarquin Bid. Behind Tarquin Bid, Red Rum, then Spanish Steps, then Hurricane Rock and Glen Kiln. As they go across the Milling Road, it's Crisp in a clear lead from Grey Sombrero and Endless Folly, and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
And it's Crisp still well clear from Grey Sombrero, then comes Endless Folly, then Black Secret, then Tarquin Bid, then Rouge Autumn, then Sunny Lad, then Rum just in behind the leaders, Glen Kiln also, then Spanish Steps, then Hurricane Rock, and behind them come Proud Tarquin. Behind Proud Tarquin is Proud Percy, then comes Lescargo, behind Lescargo is Go Continental, and then Asprey, and behind Asprey is Princess Camilla, and then Petruchio's Son. It's Crisp, clear. Crisp is over from Grey Sombrero, jumps it second, Endless Folly jumps it third, then Great Noise 4, 5 is Black Secret, 6 is Rouge Autumn, 7 Spanish Steps, and 8 Tarquin Bid, and 9 Red Rum, and 10 on the inside is Sunny Lad as they come to the next. Crisp over in the lead and clear of Grey Sombrero, Endless Folly, Black Secret, Rouge Autumn, Tarquin Bid, Great Noise, Sunny Lad. Behind Sunny Lad is Hurricane Rock and Proud Tarquin, Red Rum well there, and then comes Glen Kiln. And coming to the chair now, this is one of the biggest, and Crisp, his ears pricked, jumps it beautifully in the lead. He just pecked a little bit but got away with it. Grey Sombrero was very near, he's gone. Grey Sombrero was gone at that one. Grey Sombrero faller, Glen Kiln's a faller, Proud Percy's a faller at that one also. And as they jump the water, Crisp is a long way clear of Endless Folly. And Endless Folly jumps it second, then comes Red Rum. Behind Red Rum is Rouge Autumn, then Sunny Lad. Can Harris is a faller. Then comes Great Noise. Behind Great Noise is Spanish Steps and Black Secret and Hurricane Rock. Then Tarquin Bid and Proud Tarquin, and then Princess Camilla and Petruchio's Son, and then General Simons. And as they run down to the Milling Road, Crisp is a long way clear of the remainder, headed at the moment by Endless Folly, Rouge Autumn, Red Rum, then Sunny Lad and Great Noise and Spanish Steps and Tarquin Bid, Proud Tarquin. Then comes Black Secret, then Princess Camilla and Hurricane Rock. And as they come to the next, it's back to John Hanmer.
And Crisp just jumping the 17th. He's over jumped it beautifully, a long way clear off at Rouge Autumn, Red Rum, Spanish Steps, Endless Folly still there. Then comes Great Noise and Black Secret. Behind Black Secret, Hurricane Rock. Meanwhile, Crisp at the 18th and over safely, well clear of Rouge Autumn. Then comes Red Rum, Tarquin Bid, Spanish Steps, Endless Folly, Great Noise, Black Secret, Hurricane Rock. Meanwhile, Crisp at the ditch, the 19th. He stood right back, he jumped it well, and he's right out in front still of Red Rum second. Rouge Autumn is third, Spanish Steps fourth, Tarquin Bid is fifth, Great Noise is Folly and Black Secret, and over to Julian Wilson.
and Richard Pittman over that one on Crisp. And what a fantastic ride he's having. I can't remember a horse so far ahead in the Grand National at this stage. Jumping that second was Red Rum, then Spanish Steps on the outside of Rouge Autumn. Great Noise made a mistake there, but coming to the next, and Crisp is over that one, safely over the one before Beaches from Red Rum, then Spanish Steps and Tarquin Bid, Rouge Autumn and Hurricane Rock, then Black Secret and Great Noise, and Tarquin Bid's gone at that one as Crisp comes on his own to Beaches Brook for the second time. Crisp, the top weight, Richard Pittman, over it in tremendous style, and he's about 20 lengths clear from Red Rum in second place. Behind this comes Spanish Steps, then Hurricane Rock and Rouge Autumn. They're over Beaches now, then Black Secret over, then Great Noise, and Crisp is over the 23rd already and racing down to the canal turn as Red Rum jumps the 23rd in second place, then Spanish Steps, Hurricane Rock, Rouge Autumn, then Black Secret, Great Noise on the outside of Proud Tarquin as Crisp jumps the canal turn, and he's over it clear. He's still 20 lengths clear from Red Rum in second. Spanish Steps is third, Hurricane Rock 4, Rouge Autumn is 5, then Proud Tarquin on the inside of his stablemate Black Secret. Behind this comes Great Noise and Princess Camilla, then the Puka, and then Folly as Crisp jumps clear at Ballantyne's. Crisp is still a long way ahead from Red Rum second, and Crisp over that one, the one after Valentine's, from Red Rum in second place. Spanish Steps is third, Hurricane Rock 4, Rouge Autumn is 5, Proud Tarquin is 6, Black Secret is 7, Great Noise is 8, Princess Camilla 9, then the Puka and Lescarga, who's still there, Endless Folly, Prophecy and Petruchio's Son, who are clear as we rejoin John Hammer.
Crisp's got 3 to jump. He's well clear of Red Rum, who's made a bit of ground. Spanish Steps is third, Hurricane Rock is 4th. Over the third from home, Crisp over safely. Red Rum in second place. Then Spanish Steps, Hurricane Rock just passing Spanish Steps. Then comes Rouge Autumn 5th, and they're a long way clear of Proud Tarquin, Black Secret and Lescargo. And as they go across the Milling Road with 2 to jump, it's Crisp with Red Rum in second place making ground, but a very long gap after that to Hurricane Rock, Spanish Steps and Rouge Autumn, and back to Peter O'Sullivan.
And he's conceding 1 stone 9 to his pursuer, Crisp. It's Crisp in the lead from Red Rum, but Red Rum still making ground on him. Brown Fletcher on Red Rum, chasing Dick Pickman on Crisp. Crisp still well clear with 2 fences left to jump in the 1973 National. And this great Australian chaser, Crisp, with 12 stone on his back and 10 stone 5 on the back of Red Rum, who's chasing him, and they look to have it absolutely to themselves at the second last. And Crisp is over and clear of Red Rum, who's just jumping it. A long way back in third are Spanish Steps and Hurricane Rock and Rouge Autumn, and then Lescargo, but coming to the final fence in the National now, and it's Crisp still going in great style with 12 stone on his back. He jumps it well. Red Rum is about 15 lengths behind him as he jumps it, and Dick Pittman coming to the elbow now in the National. He's got 250 yards to run, and Crisp just wandering a little off a true line now. He's beginning to lose concentration. He's been out there on his own for so long, and Red Rum is making ground on him still as they come to the line. It's a furlong to run now. 200 yards now for Crisp, and Red Rum still closing on him, and Crisp is getting very tired, and Red Rum is pounding after him. Red Rum is the one that's finishing the strongest. He's going to get up. Red Rum is going to win the National, and at the line, Red Rum has just snatched it from Crisp, and Red Rum is the winner, and Crisp is second. Lescargo's just coming up now to be third. It's going to be a very near thing for fourth, with Spanish Steps just being fourth as his dam was once. Rouge Autumn is fifth, and 6 Hurricane Rock, and 7 is Proud Tarquin, and then comes Prophecy, and behind Prophecy is Endless Folly and Black Secret, and then Petruchio's Son and the Puka and Great Noise. And so the result of the 1973 National is first number 8, Red Rum, owned by 85-year-old Mr. Noel Lemaire, trained at Southport by Don McCain, and ridden by 25-year-old Brown Fletcher. Second is number 1, Crisp, owned by Sir Chester Manifold, trained by Fred Winter, and ridden by Richard Pittman. And third is number 2, Lescargo, owned by Mr. Raymond Guest, trained by Dan Moore, and ridden by Tommy Carberry. And just passing the line now unscathed are Green Plover, Sunny Lad, and Go Continental. All those 3 having finished as well, and Mildor is going to be last, just 3/4 of a length and 25 lengths, as we see for the second time in his life Brown Fletcher returning to the winner's circle after a Grand National. He won it at his second attempt on Red Alligator, having been third on his first ride. This was his 6th, and this is how he and Red Rum finally wore down the gallant bid of Crisp, the 12 stone top weight, to make it all. Crisp His attention has begun to wander. He's lost concentration as he approaches the furlong marker, but now he's plainly getting tired. His legs turning to lead now. 12 stone in the saddle, and Red Rum with 10 stone 5, just wearing him down as they come to the line. And Red Rum is the winner of a thrilling Grand National. Brian Fletcher, 25 years old, on a locally trained horse, who's getting the most tremendous reception after fulfilling the lifetime ambition of his 85-year-old Stockport as the happiest man at Liverpool today. Brian Fletcher, a dream come true. Brian Fletcher, the most coveted spot in a steeplechase jockey's life. The winning scale. And the little hero is not a big one. And what a great triumph for Don, or Ginger McCain as he's known, in only his 4th season with a public trainer's license. This little horse bought for 6,000 guineas at Doncaster, since when Ginger McCain has won 5 races in a row with him, and he's wearing the sash of honour now, placed on him by James Bidwell Topham. The starting price is: first, Red Rum, 9-to-1 co-favourite; second, Crisp, the 9-to-1 co-favourite; third, Lescargo, 11-to-1, and fourth, Spanish Steps, 16-to-1.
On the far side on Red Rum, and Red Candle jumps it in the lead from Red Rum in second, Cuckolda third, and Spanish Steps 4. They're coming to the final fence in the Hennessy now, and as they do so, it's Red Candle from Red Rum, then comes Cuckolda, then Anthony Waters, Spanish Steps, this is the final fence now. Red Candle jumps it in the lead, second is Red Rum, third Cuckolda. They're racing into the final 150 yards, and it's Red Candle and Red Rum, with Red Rum fighting back over on the far side, Red Candle on the near side, and coming up towards the last 25 yards, it's Red Rum who won't be denied. He's getting up on the far side, but Red Candle fighting back. It's going to be a photo finish. Red Rum and Red Candle, first and second. And a photo.
In the following spring, something unique came about. Red Rum failed to complete. At the very first fence, Brian Fletcher was knocked out of the saddle. It wasn't an ideal prelude to Aintree.
And this looks as though it could be it, and they're away. And she's away all right, all away. Caracola just a little bit slow. And as they stream down towards the Milling Road, Sunny Laird, one of the first to show, with Nerio towards the outside. Right up with them on the inner is Rouge Autumn. And then Bahia Dorada on the outside. And it's Bahia Dorada, Nerio, Sunny Laird, and then Rouge Autumn. And behind them, Lescargo and Stephen Society. And that's the order as we join John Hanmer.
It's Bahia Dorada in the lead from Straight Valgan, then Ascari, then towards the outside, Pearl of Montreal, but Bahia Dorada jumps it first. The leaders are all over all right, but it's Royal Relief who's gone on the outside. Royal Relief, the faller at the first, and he's the only one, I think. As they go to the second, it's Bahia Dorada and Charles Dickens, then Rough Silk, then comes Ascari, and they're streaming over the second. They all look all right at the second, and as they go to the third, Charles Dickens, Bahia Dorada, then comes Rough Silk, then Sunny Lad, then Straight Falcon, and it was Rough Silk who led over that. They're mostly over it all right, though there's one gone. Go Continental is down, and as they race towards the fourth with Rough Silk in the lead, over to Julian Wilson.
Rough Silk, Bahia Dorada towards the inside, Charles Dickens towards the outside, and a faller there. The sixer has gone at that one, and Charles Dickens leads on the outside with Colour Hill right up with them on the outside, with Pearl of Montreal. Towards the inside is Rough Silk, and over the fifth. And over it, Charles Dickens over, from Rough Silk over in second, Straight Balgan's over in the third place. And Bahia Dorada, very, very bad mistake, and now being pulled up as the leaders run down to Beechers, and very few gone so far as they face up to Beechers. On the outside, Charles Dickens. On the inside is Rough Silk. Then comes Pearl of Montreal and Straight Falcon, and over Beechers. The field streaming over Beechers, and almost all the horses have jumped it all right. In fact, I can't see one faller at Beechers. They're all over. Every single horse has jumped Beechers. Charles Dickens the leader, from Rough Silk in second. Sunny Lad on the inside now goes up to dispute the lead. Sunny Lad with Charles Dickens. Rough Silk is third. Then on the inside is Rouge Autumn. Fifth on the outside is Straight Falcon. Oh, they were all jumped that one. Lescargo is next. Then comes Rough House and Cloudsmere. On the outside is Glen Kiln as they come to the canal turn. Sunny Lad over first from Charles Dickens in second. Rouge Autumn is third. In fourth place on the outside, the faller was Argent at the canal turn. Argent is a faller at the canal turn. There's another one gone as well. Caracola is a faller at the canal turn, and Hugh Parade as well. And Deblin's Green was a faller at the canal turn. And over Valentine's, at Valentine's, Beggar's Way has refused as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And it's Charles Dickens, Sunny Lad. And then on the outside, Pearl of Montreal. Then comes Straight Falcon. And they're being trapped by Rough Silk. But Charles Dickens just leads from Sunny Lad. Then comes Pearl of Montreal, and Shane Man is a faller, and Beau Bob has gone there. And they're all streaming over that next fence. Among the back markers is Roman Holiday, but it's Charles Dickens just in the lead from Pearl of Montreal, Sunny Lad, Straight Falcon, then Rough Silk, then comes Glen Kiln and Spanish Steps and Rough House. Then comes Lescargo going well. Behind him is Falcon Town, then Mr. Collins on Stephen Society going the shortest way on the inner, but Charles Dickens in the lead from Sunny Lad, Lescargo. Behind Lescargo is Pearl of Montreal, and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
Still Charles Dickens from Sunny Lad, Lescargo, Pearl of Montreal. Then Spanish Steps just in behind him with Vulcan Tarn and Straight Vulcan and San Falou and Glen Kiln. And coming down to the next, and it's Pearl of Montreal, Charles Dickens, Sunny Lad, Glen Kiln, Spanish Steps, Lescargo. And coming to this fence now, number 13 in the National. And it's Charles Dickens and Pearl of Montreal who touch down together from Sunny Lad. A mistake there by Stephen Society. And coming up towards the next, Pearl of Montreal. They're being hampered by a loose horse, the two leaders, Pearl of Montreal and Charles Dickens and Sunny Lad and Lescargo. And then just in behind them, Spanish Steps. And then comes Rouge Autumn. Behind Rouge Autumn is San Falou. Vulcan Town right up there. Red Rum going well strongly in the centre of the field there. And coming up to the chair now. And as they do so, it's Charles Dickens with a loose horse perilously near to him. Charles Dickens jumps it, and he's very nearly brought down, but he survives all right. Lescargo jumps it on the inside. Pearl of Montreal just in the lead. And it's Pearl of Montreal as they come to the water from Charles Dickens and Lescargo and Sunny Lad and then Vulcan Town. Then comes Spanish Steps. Behind Spanish Steps is Rough Silk. And then San Falou, and then Red Rum, and behind him is Straight Falcon, and then Norwegian Flag. On the inside of Norwegian Flag is Glen Kiln. On the inside of Glen Kiln is Rouge Autumn, and then comes Scout on the outside, then Nerio. Behind Nerio is Stephen Society with Princess Camilla, and then comes Francophile, and then Dano. Behind Dano is the crossbelts there of Wolverhampton, and as they run down towards the next fence and cross the Melling Road, it's Pearl of Montreal, Vulcan Town, Lescargo, Charles Dickens, Spanish Steps, Sunny Lad, and towards the outside, Vulcan Town as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And they're almost at the 17th, and it's Pearl of Montreal on the inside from Vulcan Town. Charles Dickens right up with them. Lescargo is close up. All the leaders over that safely. Vulcan Town disputing it with Charles Dickens and Pearl of Montreal. Then comes Straight Vulcan, and Red Rum taking very close order now, last year's winner, as they jump the 18th. And again, all the leaders over safely, except for Straight Falcon. Straight Falcon went at that, and it's Vulcan Town from Charles Dickens. Then comes Sunny Lad, Lescargo, Red Rum, then Scout taking close order on the outside. Then comes Pearl of Montreal. Glen Kiln's gone at the ditch, and as they go to the next fence, the 20th, it's Charles Dickens, Lescargo, and Red Rum as we join Julian Wilson.
Vulcan Town, Charles Dickens with the leader over that one from Lescargo with a good pitch on the inside. Red Rum much closer now on the outside. Vulcan Town's in fourth place now. Scout's got a good pitch towards the outside as they come to the one before Beechers. And it's Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens who leads over it from Lescargo on the inside. Red Rum on the outside. Scout is right up there. Vulcan Town's in fifth place as they run down towards Beechers for the second and last time. And as they do so, the leader is now the 1973 winner, Red Rum. Red Rum from Charles Dickens Dickens, Lescargo, Scout and Vaughan Town as they jump beaches. And Red Rum leads over it from Charles Dickens second. Scout is third, Lescargo is fourth. In fifth place, Spanish Steps. In sixth place is Vaughan Town. In seventh is Sonny Ladd. And eighth on the outside is Rough Silk. And then comes Stephen Society as they jump to 23rd. Red Rum is over from Charles Dickens second. Scout is third, Lescargo is fourth. Fifth is Spanish Steps. Sixth is Vaughan Town. Seventh is Rough Silk as they come to the canal turn where six fell the first time, including Rough House. And at the canal turn, Red Rum over in front from Charles Dickens second. Scout is third, Lescargo is fourth. Spanish Steps fifth. Vaughan Town is sixth. Rough Silk is seventh. Stephen Society eighth. Sanfaloo ninth. 10th is Sonny Ladd. 11th is Princess Camilla as they jump Valentines. And again, Red Rum is over from Charles Dickens second. Stephen Society, a bad mistake at that one. Red Rum still in front from Charles Dickens, Lescargo, Scout. Then comes Spanish Steps, Vaughan Town and Rough Silk, and these are clear as we rejoin John Hammer.
And Red Rum's got 4 to jump, and he's 4 lengths in front of Scout, who's under pressure. Then Charles Dickens and Lescargo. A gap after that to Spanish Steps. Then Vaughan Town. Then comes Rough Silk. And Red Rum over the 4th from home in the lead from Charles Dickens. Then Scout and Lescargo, Spanish Steps, Vaughan Town, Rough Silk, Sanfaloo and Sonny Ladd as they go to the 3rd last. It's Red Rum still out in front of Charles Dickens. Then comes Lescargo. Then comes Scout, who's still under pressure. Then comes Spanish Steps, Vaughan Town, Rough Silk, Sanfaloo, Sonny Ladd, Dono and Nerio as they go across the Melling Road. Red Rum in the clear lead from Lescargo. Then comes Charles Dickens and Scout and Spanish Steps, and Red Rum in the lead and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
It's Red Rum with Lescargo chasing him now. The 2 top weights, Red Rum from Lescargo, Red Rum for England, trying to complete that great double that hasn't been done since Wendeltown, being pressed by Lescargo now for Ireland. Then comes Spanish Steps, improving on Charles Dickens, and then Scout, and behind them Vaughan Town, and then Rough Silk. They're coming now to the second last fence in the National, and it's Brian Fletcher on Red Rum, being pressed by Tommy Carberry on Lescargo. The 2 top weighted ones at the second last in the National. It's Red Rum with a clear advantage there from Lescargo, who jumps it second. Then comes Charles Dickens in third and Spanish Steps 4, and this is the last fence now, and it looks as though Red Rum's only going to jump it, but remember, he was deprived of it on the flat last year, or rather he deprived the winner of it last year, and now he's jumped it in the lead, and it's Red Rum and this great local crowd giving him a tremendous ovation. Red Rum from Lescargo, Tommy Carberry trying to close the gap, but he's not going to. They come to the elbow, a furlong to run. He's got a big weight, remember, 23 pounds more than last year, but he's going to hold him. It's Red Rum from Lescargo in second, Charles Dickens third, and Spanish Steps 4, and racing up towards the line, and Red Rum getting the ovation of his career, and Brian Fletcher acknowledging the cheers of the crowd as he comes to the line, the winner of the National.
And his Proud Tarquin in the lead from Can Harris, Kildaggin, Red Rum and Quick Reply. That's the leading 5. They swing now into straight on towards the 3rd last. That's the order. Proud Tarquin leads from Can Harris, Red Rum on the inside insert, getting a backhander there by Brian Fletcher. Kildaggin on the outside. This is the 3rd from last, and his Proud Tarquin in the lead. He's up and he's over and joined by Red Rum in the centre. On the near side is Can Harris. That's a leading 3. 2 to go. It's Proud Tarquin on the far side. Red Rum in the centre. Can Harris on the near side. Who's going to lead here? It's Red Rum. Red Rum in the lead from Proud Tarquin on the far side. Can Harris. Quick Reply now running on into 4th place. Then comes Kildaggin. They have 1 to go. It's John Oaksey on the far side and Proud Tarquin. Red Rum on the near side. Brian Fletcher. That's the order. And it's Red Rum. What a horse this is. He's going to do it in 1 year. The English Grand National, the Scottish Grand National. And he's running up to the line. And it's Brian Fletcher and Red Rum once again. They win it from Proud Tarquin. Kildaggin in 3rd. Can Harris. Quick.
Autumn days, and with Red Rum finding it hard to win now, the partnership between Ginger and Brian Fletcher was becoming uneasy despite appearances.
Brian was Brian, and he had his own ideas about things, and the horse was starting to get beat. And they said he wasn't giving him a feel and one thing and another. And we went to Newcastle, which he didn't like, and he comes over the last, upsides with, I think of Arthur Stevens, I can't remember his name now. They were locked together, and Brian was just sitting there. And I thought he's going to just go with the horse to the line, pick it up, and give him 1 or 2, and let him beat the other horse, say a neck or half a length. Just let him stick his head in front to make him competitive and let him know he's still got to keep up to his job.
He was never going to win the race, Red Rum. And I was having to knock spots off him if I was going to be second. And rather than abuse the horse for a matter of 100, 200 pounds at the time, I reluctantly didn't as Ginger McCann said, hit the horse as she should have done.
And he sat on him all the line, to the line, and let him get beat. I can't think a neck. Now, I'm walking down the course, and I was thinking about, thought, well, he's run tidy, sort of thing, all right, grand, but I think he should have been second. I get there, and by this time the horse has gone, and all the press jump on me because Brian has said, now I do think he was completely and utterly out of order with what he said. He had said to the press, the horse is no longer giving me a feel and should be retired. Now, he may be quite true in what he thought, and that, but he was out of order saying that to the press. He should have waited till I got there, took me on one side and told me. I would have gone home and discussed it with Mr. Lemaire, and then we'd have rethought the thing.
The upshot was that Tommy Stack and Red Rum were reunited in the 1976 match.
And the white flag up there under starter's orders. Kilmore Boy being led up to join the others. The starter appealing to them to wait. And Feel Free has his back to the tapes. When he turns, they'll just about all be facing the tape. And they've gone. Spitting Image just a little bit slow. Southern Quest a little bit slow. And as they race down towards the Melling Road, Junior Partner is one of the first to show. And it's Junior Partner and Glen Owen was towards the outside. Simulator going up to take it up. And it's Simulator now from Junior Partner and Glen Owen. Then comes Rough House. Then on the outside is Money Market. Then comes Glanford Brigg and Lescargo. And Even Dawn right up with them. But it's Simulator and Junior Partner as they come to the first. And we join John Hanmer.
Simulator in the lead with Feel Free in second place. Glanford Brigg close up on the inside. So too is Lescargo. So is Junior Partner. One of the back markers, Rough Silk, jumped it slowly. Ragtrade jumped it slowly. The faller was Shane Man, the only faller at the first. But his rider's up very quickly. And Simulator leads over the second from Glanford Brigg. And Junior Partner is down. Badly interfered with Glen Owen. And another faller was Clear Cut, and as they go to the ditch, the third fence, it's Simulator in the lead from Feel Free, then Glanford Brigg, then Lescargo and Rough House, then comes Money Market, and Royal Relief made a bad mistake at the rear of the field, but as they go to the fourth, it's Simulator from Feel Free and Glanford Brigg, and over to Julian Wilson.
And Simulator's down at that one, and that leaves, and also down is Rough House. Rough House is on the floor. And another faller at that one I can't see, but as they come to the next, it's Feel Free from Glanford Brigg towards the inside, and these two are clear. That's the fifth fence, and they're over it. Feel Free from Glanford Brigg, then Lescargo. On the outside of Lescargo is the Dickler going very strong. Red Rum's about in the centre of the field. Right at the back is Rough House, and Castle Ruddery refused there as they run down to Beeches. And the two leaders at Beeches are Feel Free and Glanford Brigg. Those two clear over it, and they both cleared it from the Dickler. After the Dickler, and Spitting Image is a faller at that one, and April 7th has also gone at Beeches, and as they run down to the next, the two leaders are Glanford Brigg, who jumps it clear from Feel Free, in third place is the Dickler, in fourth place is Bo Bob. Lescargo made a mistake in fifth place, in sixth is Glen Owen, in seventh is Southern Quest, then comes High Ken and Money Market, after that comes Tudor View, and Royal Relief is a faller at that last one. Spanish Steps is still with the field as they come to the canal turn, and over it was Glanford Brigg from Feel Free. Bo Bob jumps it in third, the Dickler is fourth, High Ken is fifth, Southern Quest is sixth, Lescargo is seventh, eighth is Money Market, then comes Tudor View and Glen Owen. And Bally Richard again was a faller at that one as Glanford Brigg jumps Valentine's in the lead, and all the leaders are over Valentine's. The field headed by Glanford Brigg from Feel Free, then Bo Bob and the Dickler, then High Ken and Southern Quest, then Lescargo and Money Market and Tudor View as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And Glanford Brigg in the lead from Feel Free, then comes Bo Bob and Southern Quest, then the Dickler. Behind the Dickler is High Ken, then Lescargo, Tudor View, Money Market, Manitou Bay as they come to the next. And Glanford Brigg over first, Feel Free second, then Bo Bob, Southern Quest, the Dickler, High Ken, then Lescargo and Tudor View, Manitou Bay, Money Market. Behind Money Market is Spanish Steps, and Red Rum just in behind those and going easily at the moment. And Glanford Brigg the leader from Feel Free, Bo Bob, Southern Quest, the Dickler, High Ken, Lescargo, Tudor View, Manitou Bay, Money Market, then Kilmore Boy, Red Rum. Behind Red Rum, Spanish Steps, then Halley Percy and Glen Owen, then Landlark, Ragtrade. Behind Ragtrade is Even Dawn, but as they go back onto the race course, it's Glanford Brigg in the lead from Feel Free, Southern Quest and Bo Bob, and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
Yes, Glanford Brigg blazing the trail and at a cracking pace too, with Bo Bob right up there and Southern Quest towards the outside, and Feel Free comes next. Then a little gap to High Ken, who's going well with the Dickler just in behind him, and then Lescargo, then Manitou Bay. Behind Manitou Bay is Two de Vue. Behind Two de Vue is Money Market on the inside of Kilmore Boy, and then comes Red Rum, and just in behind Red Rum is Halley Percy with Glen Owen and Spanish Steps, and then Rag Trade, and then Landlocked. Coming to the next now, and Glanford Brigg drunks it in the lead from Southern Quest, and Feel Free's a faller there. Feel Free has gone at that one, and as they come up towards the next, he's brought down Two de Vue. It's Glanford Brigg. Glanford Brigg still in the lead from Southern Quest. Then comes Beau Bob on the inside, then Lescargo. Just in behind Lescargo is Manitou Bay, and then High Ken, and then the Dickler, and then Money Market and Spanish Steps, and behind them Red Rum and Kilmore Boy, and then Rag Trade. Then comes Landlark, and then Halley Percy as they come to the chair, led by a pack of loose horses who could cause a pack of trouble here, and it's Glanford Brigg who jumps it in the lead from Beau Bob on the outside, then Southern Quest, and then Lescargo and Manitou Bay, and then the Dickler. Landlark was brought down there, and as they come to the water, it's Glanford Brigg in the lead from Beau Bob. Just in behind Beau Bob is Southern Quest, and then the Dickler and Manitou Bay, and then High Ken, and then Lescargo. Behind Lescargo is Spanish Steps, and then comes Red Rum, then Kilmore Boy and Rag Trade. Behind Rag Trade is Money Market and Glen Owen. Behind Glen Owen is Halley Percy. Then comes Ballyass and Rough Silk. They're the only ones left standing, and as they go out into the country on the second circuit, it's Glanford Brigg in the lead from Beau Bob, Southern Quest, High Ken, Lescargo, the Dickler. Then comes Spanish Steps and Manitou Bay and Money Market and Red Rum and Kilmore Boy and Rag Trade and Glen Owen, and then Halley Percy, and it's back to John Hanmer.
And Glanford Brigg the leader, then Southern Quest and Beau Bob and Lescargo, then Red Rum taking close order, then comes High Ken as they jump the 17th. Glanford Brigg jumped it well in the lead, all the leaders over safely. Southern Quest is second, Lescargo third, then High Ken, then comes Beau Bob and Red Rum, then Kilmore Boy and Rag Trade, the Dickler going easily on the inside just behind the leaders as they jump the 18th. And again, all the leaders over it safely, with Glanford Brigg disputing it with High Ken and Southern Quest, then the Dickler, then Lescargo and Red Rum. Behind Red Rum, Manitou Bay, then Beau Bob as they jump the ditch, and High Ken jumped to the front. A magnificent lead by High Ken, and he's out in front now of Southern Quest, then Glanford Brigg, Lescargo, the Dickler, Red Rum, then Manitou Bay, Kilmore Boy, Money Market under pressure, then comes Spanish Steps as they jump the next and over to Julian Wilson.
And High Ken clears it in front. What a ride Barry Brogan's having. Glanford Briggs on his inside towards the outside as Red Rum cruising up towards the leaders. Just on his inside is Southern Quest. Just behind these is Lescargo. The Dickler's there on the inside. Then comes Manitou Bay and Kilmore Boy as they jump the one before Beaches, and High Ken has gone. High Ken's a faller at that one, and the ones behind him have just escaped the trouble, and that leaves Glanford Brigg in front again from Red Rum, cruising up on the outside of Southern Quest, and these are the three leaders as they come to Beaches for the second time. Glanford Brigg from Southern Quest and Red Rum, then comes the Dickler and Lescargo at Beaches, and Southern Quest over from Red Rum and Glanford Brigg, then comes the Dickler. The leaders are all over. Lescargo's next from Money Market and Manitou Bay, then Kilmore Boy. Just behind Kilmore Boy is Spanish Steps, and Beau Bob is a faller at that one, and at the 23rd, and it's Red Rum who makes a slight mistake there, and Southern Quest is back in front from Glanford Brigg and Red Rum. Then comes the Dickler in fourth, Lescargo is fifth, Manitou Bay is sixth, then Money Market on the outside of Kilmore Boy. Then comes Spanish Steps as the leaders race towards the canal turn for the last time, and it's Southern Quest on the outside of Glanford Brigg. Red Rum is over in third, the Dickler is fourth, Lescargo is fifth, then Manitou Bay sixth, then Spanish Steps and Money Market, Kilmore Boy, and they're a long way in front of Glen Owen. Then comes Halley Percy and Rag Trade as the leaders jump Valentine's, and over it was Southern Quest from Red Rum. Red Rum takes the lead from Southern Quest. Kilmore Boy was a faller at that last one. Glanford Brigg still there in the inside, as is Lescargo. These four almost in line. Then comes the Dickler in fifth. Spanish Steps moves into sixth. Then after that is Money Market and Manitou Bay as we rejoin John Hammer.
And Red Rum in the lead from Southern Quest, Lescargo, then Glanford Brigg and the Dickler. These all closely grouped, and they're clear of Spanish Steps and Money Market. Then comes Manitou Bay, and over the next, Red Rum just the leader from Southern Quest. Then comes Lescargo, the Dickler, Glanford Brigg losing ground quickly. Then Spanish Steps and Money Market and Manitou Bay, and they've got just three to jump, and it's Lescargo and Red Rum, the first and second last year, and Red Rum jumps it in front from Lescargo, then Southern Quest, then comes the Dickler, behind the Dickler Spanish Steps, then Money Market still being chased along, then Glanford Brigg and Manitou Bay, and these are a long way clear of Halley Percy and Rag Trade, and these seem to be the only ones in it, but as they go across the Milling Road, it's Red Rum and Lescargo matching strides clear of the Dickler and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
Yes, it's last year's first and second, Red Rum and Lescargo. Red Rum with 12 stone and Lescargo with 11.3 this time. Tommy Carberry on the inside of Brian Fletcher as they come up towards the second last in the National, with the Dickler third, Spanish Steps 4, Money Market 5, 6 Southern Quest and 7 Glen
Blandford Brig and 8 Manitou Bay. And these 8, virtually the only ones left in it now as they come to the second last. Lescargo and Red Rum together as they come to the second last. And they touch down together. Red Rum and Lescargo. On the right of the picture, it's Lescargo, Tommy Carberry. On the left, it's Red Rum trying to make national history with Brian Fletcher, and he's the first under pressure, Red Rum, as they come to the final fence in the National. In third place is Spanish Steps, and over the last, they touch down together. Spanish Steps and Red Rum. And Red Rum now with a fractional advantage. Red Rum for Lescargo rather with a fractional advantage now over Red Rum. And Lescargo is going to avenge last year's defeat. And Tommy Carberry is going to become the first jockey in history to win the Gold Cup and the Irish National and the English National as Lescargo strides clear, 12 years old, to win the National for Raymond Guest. And here he comes to the line, Lescargo, the comfortable winner of the 1975 National, the little hero who won it last year and the year before. Red Rum is second. Spanish Steps come to the line third. And they're away, and away to a good even break. Proland the grey on the far side, and on the near side it's Money Market. Rag Trade going up to join him in Highway View. And it's Highway View from Purpole and Money Market, and then comes Rag Trade with on a wide outside Nerio and Proland and Thomond. And as they come towards the Melling Road, it's Money Market, Highway View, Rag Trade, Purpole, Spanish Steps going up to join him, and Golden Rapper on the inside. As they race towards the first, we join John Hanmer.
Towards the outside, Thomond up with the leaders, then Nerio and Prolam, and towards the inside, Highway View, and they're at the first now, and Highway View jumps it in the lead. Prolam made a very bad mistake, but recovered, and there are some fallers there. Ormond Tudor is down, and at the second fence now, it's Tregaron who's just about taken the lead from Nerio, then Hyken and Spitting Image, Keel Namara, then Collandine Rag Trade, and Highway View, and they're at the third fence, the open ditch now, and on the inside Money Market was right up with the leaders. Merrymaker was a faller there. He's just about the only faller at the ditch, and as they go to the fourth, it's Money Market in the lead on the inside and over to Julian Wilson.
Money Market jumps it in front from in the centre, Purpole, and over that one the High Ken is a faller, and Thomond has gone. Those two are down at that one as they race down towards the fifth. To the centre of the course it's the Duke of Albuquerque on Nerio. Towards the outside is Tregaron and Spitting Image, and the inside Money Market, the Hike and Rag Trade jumped that, and they're all over the fifth as they race down towards Beechers. With the field spread across the course, Spitting Image and Nerio prominent towards the outside with Tregaron on the inside. It's Highway View and Money Market, and just behind these are Connemara and Rag Trade in the centre of the course as they jump Beechers, and over it the leader was Spitting Image, and Tregaron's a faller, and Highway View and Tudor View is also Tudor View, not Highway View, is a faller at Beechers as they jump the next, and it was Spitting Image from Nerio, then Money Market and the Dickler, then Rag Trade and Highway View, then comes Eye Catcher and Golden Rapper, then Purple and Red Rum on the outside, and the inside is Spanish Steps rather, then comes Collandine and Sandwell, and then Indian Diva as they come towards the canal turn, and over the canal it was Spitting Image who jumped it in front from Nerio and Money Market, then the Dickler and Highway View, then Golden Rapper and Rag Trade, then Eye Catcher and Spanish Steps as they come towards Valentine's, and Spitting Image leads over Valentine's from Money Market and the Dickler, then comes Highway View and Golden Rapper, and the inside is Spanish Steps, then Rag Trade and Nerio, then Eye Catcher and Sandwellan. Behind these come Purple the Grey, then Proland. The back marker at this point is Ballybright and Connemara as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And Spitting Image in the lead from the Dickler second, then Money Market is third, Golden Rapper fourth, Nerio is fifth as they jump the next. Spitting Image over first, then the Dickler, Money Market, Nerio, Golden Rapper, Eye Catcher, Rag Trade and Highway View. Then comes Sandwellan, and the next fence will be the 12th, and it's Spitting Image out in front with the Dickler second, Money Market third, Nerio fourth, Eye Catcher is fifth, then Highway View, Rag Trade, Sandwellan, then behind these are Prolan and Red Rum, and then come Spanish Steps and Purple. But as they go across the Melling Road and go to the 13th fence, it's Spitting Image in the lead from the Dickler, Nerio, Money Market and Golden Rapper, and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
Yes, closely grouped. And Money Market coming back into the lead now from Nerio, Spitting Image right close with them, then the Dickler, then comes Golden Rapper. Just in behind them, Rag Trade, then on the inside, the Spanish Steps, Red Rum close to them, and so's Eye Catcher. And then Proland getting back into the picture, the grey, as they come towards the next. It's Nerio and the 57-year-old Duke of Albuquerque in the lead from Spitting Image and the Dickler, then comes Eye Catcher.
Meridian there towards the outside on the inner Money Market, and Proland just in behind him with Spanish Steps. And Nerio's a faller there. Nerio was gone at that one, and Meridian has been brought down. Nerio and Meridian gone, and they're coming to the 14th now. And Spitting Image and Money Market and Spanish Steps disputing it. Those three ahead of the Dickler. Then comes Golden Rapper, then Rag Trade, and then Proland, and just in behind them Highway View. And as they come now towards the chair, it's Money Market from Spanish Steps, Golden Rapper and Spitting Image and the Dickler and Proland and Eyecatcher and San Willen and Boomdocker on the far side, and Highway View's next, and then comes Red Rum and Keelnamara and Barona just in behind them, and then Roman Bar, and they're coming now towards the water. And it's Golden Rapper and Spanish Steps and Money Market and Spitting Image almost in line as they jump it. Spanish Steps touches down in the lead from Golden Rapper, then Spitting Image and Money Market, then comes the Dickler, then Rag Trade, then Eyecatcher, then on the near side, and going well it's Boomdocker, just to the outside of Boomdocker's Churchtown Boy, then San Willen and Eyecatcher and Proland, and then Red Rum and Barona going well. Highway View is next, and then Keelnamara and Roman Bar, and behind Roman Bar is making progress is Jolly's Clump. And as they cross the Melling Road now, it's Spanish Steps, Money Market, Golden Rapper, and then comes Rag Trade, Boomdocker, and Churchtown Boy on the outside, Highway View and Proland as we rejoin John Hanmer.
Spanish Steps on the inside from Churchtown Boy, Sandwillen, the Dickler, Spitting Image and Eyecatcher, all these well up there, and Proland still there too. And Spanish Steps on the inside, still disputing the lead, with Churchtown Boy, the Dickler, Eyecatcher, Spitting Image, then Red Rum right up there. Then comes Keelnamara over the 18th now, and Spitting Image has regained the lead from the Dickler, then Churchtown Boy, then comes Eyecatcher. Behind them, Red Rum and Sandwillen, Spanish Steps still there, and Golden Rapper, whose jockey's lost his cap as they jump the ditch, the 19th. And Churchtown Boy, the Dickler and Spitting Image took it all together. There's a faller there, Roman Bar, towards the rear of the field. The tailed off ones are Collandine and Purple as they go to the 20th. Golden Rapper going up on the inside and over to Julian Wilson.
Still spread right across the course, and the Dickler very prominent over that one towards the outside, both Red Rum and Barona, but as they race down towards the one before Beaches, it's still Churchtown Lad in the centre of the course, Golden Rapper right underneath the stands rails as they jump that one. Golden Rapper from Churchtown Boy, the Dickler towards the centre, then comes Spitting Image towards the wide outside, tracked by Brown Fletcher on Eyecatcher, then comes Red Rum. Just behind these leaders comes the Dickler and Keelnamara, then Sandwillen is prominent, and Spanish Steps on the inside as they come towards Beaches, and it's Golden Rapper who's going to jump it in front. Golden Rapper from Spanish Steps, and Golden Rapper is gone. And that leaves Spitting Image in front from Eyecatcher and Churchtown Boy. Then comes Sandwillen and Red Rum towards the outside, and the Dickler and Rag Trade. Proland and Boomdocker also fallers at Beaches as they jump the 23rd. And over that one, it's Churchtown Boy who's in front from Spitting Image second. Eyecatcher is third. Fourth is Sandwillen, then comes Red Rum on the outside in fifth, then Keelnamara and the Dickler. Then comes Rag Trade and Spanish Steps, then Barona just tracking this leading group as they jump the canal turn. Churchtown Lad, who jumps it in front with Spitting Image on his outside. Then comes Eyecatcher in third, then the Dickler and Red Rum, then Sandwillen and Keelnamara and Rag Trade and Spanish Steps and Barona as they jump Valentine's Brook. And all those leaders are over it, and those are clear, with Churchtown Lad coming under pressure. They're pressed by the Dickler and Eyecatcher on the outside. Spitting Image towards the inside is Sandwillen and Spanish Steps, then Red Rum, Rag Trade, Keelnamara and Barona, and these are a long way clear now from Hightown View. And Black Tudor, who made a mistake there, Jolly's Clump is still on his feet, then Indian Diva, Money Market and Collandine. Those are the only ones left as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And Red Rum jumps to the front there from Eyecatcher, then the Dickler, Churchtown Boy, then Keelnamara and Spitting Image and Rag Trade. And this group is clear of Spanish Steps as they come to the third last, and it's Eyecatcher going to take it together with Red Rum. Then the Dickler is third, Keelnamara is fourth, then comes Rag Trade, Spitting Image, Churchtown Boy, Barona making headway, then Sandwillen and Spanish Steps, and these are well clear of Highway View. And as they go across the Melling Road, with two to jump, it's the Dickler and Red Rum from Rag Trade, and over to Peter O'Sullivan.
It's Red Rum, Eyecatcher, the Dickler, Keelnamara, and then Rag Trade beating down their necks, and Barona making relentless progress just in behind them. But it's Red Rum in the lead as they race towards the second last in the National. Red Rum from Keelnamara and Rag Trade and Eyecatcher, and there's not much between that quartet. Then comes Barona and the Dickler as they come towards the second last. Eyecatcher now with a fractional advantage over Red Rum. Eyecatcher on the near side, then comes Red Rum and then Rag Trade, and it was Eyecatcher and Red Rum together. And as they race towards the final fence in the National, it's Eyecatcher and Red Rum from Rag Trade in third, then the Dickler and Keelnamara, and then comes Barona, and over the final fence now.
And who's going to land first? Red Rum lands in the lead from Eyecatcher, then Rag Trade, and it's Red Rum and Tommy Stack from Brian Fletcher on Eyecatcher. Then comes John Burke on Rag Trade as they race towards the elbow. These three and Rag Trade beginning to make progress towards the stand side and take it up. And it's Rag Trade going to win a fourth national, but Fred Rymel, John Burke is going to win the national. It's Rag Trade from Red Rum. Red Rum is fighting back, but he can't get to him. Rag Trade is striding to the line from Red Rum second. Eyecatcher third. That's how they're going to finish in the national. Rag Trade is the winner. Red Rum is second. Third is Eyecatcher.
The starter calling for the course to be cleared.
Now, you all right?
The contestants, he asked them if they're all right, and this looks like it, they're off. And Spitting Image on the far side is the first to show of that group, and Boomdocker on the near side with Andy Pandy and Nerio right up with him, and San Willen and Brown Admiral. And over on the far side, Spitting Image, with going up with him, Collingwood on the near side, it's Boomdocker. And as they cross the Melling Road, and we go over to join John Hammer, it's Boomdocker from Sebastian, Brown Admiral, San Willen, and Andy Pandy and Waterbuck. And over to you, John.
And Sebastian just about the leader at the first on the inside from Dufflecoat on the outside, and Dufflecoat has gone. He's the first one to go. It looked as if Spitting Image went as well. Willie Watt has gone. And as they go to the second fence, it's Sebastian in the lead from Prince Rock, then Brown Admiral, then Forest King, then comes Andy Pandy. No fallers at the second fence, and at the third, the big ditch, it's Sebastian in the lead from Prince Rock, and Brown Admiral and Forest King have made a mistake. The fall there, Davy Ladd has gone, and Innie Carrow has gone. Verrater has gone, and also Royal Thrust, and over to Julian Wilson.
And over that one, Sebastian led towards the centre. Towards the far side is Prince Rock. Towards the stand side is Boomdocker with San Willen. Brown Admiral just behind the leaders. Then comes Hidden Value. And tracking the leaders on the far side is Sage Merlins. They jumped the one before Beecher. Sebastian over from over in second, Boomdocker. Then came Hidden Value in the centre. Prince Rock towards the far side, and also behind that on the far side is Sage Merlin. Then comes Brown Admiral as they race down towards Beechers, with Sebastian leading from Boomdocker, Prince Rock, Hidden Value, and Brown Admiral over Beechers. Sebastian over, and Sebastian's gone at Beechers. Sebastian's a faller. Another faller, Songwriter, is brought down at the back of the field, and Winter Rain is also a faller at Beechers, and Castle Rudder is a faller at Beechers, and Lord of the Hill also, and Charlotte Brew is just over. She's over last of all, and she's been badly impeded. But over the next one, and racing down towards the canal turn, is now Boomdocker in the lead from Brown Admiral second, Hidden Value is third, then comes Prince Rock and Forest King on the inside of Sage Merlin. Then comes San Willen and Andy Pandy as they jump the canal turn, and over it was Boomdocker from Brown Admiral, Hidden Value. A bad mistake there by Forest King. In fourth place is Prince Rock, fifth is Forest King, sixth is Sage Merlin, then comes San Willen behind that, and Andy Pandy and Roman Barr, and then comes Red Rum as they jump that one, and still out front is Boomdocker. Boomdocker by 10 lengths from Brown Admiral second, Hidden Value third. In fourth on the outside is Prince Rock with Sage Merlin. Then comes Forest King as they jump the next, and we rejoin John Hammer.
And Pengrail was a faller at the first, and so was Warbonnet, but it's Boomdocker out clear of Prince Rock. Then Sage Merlin is in third place. Over this next fence, Boomdocker over in the lead, not so far in front now of Sage Merlin. Then comes Prince Rock, then Brown Admiral and Hidden Value. And then comes Red Rum, who's going well. And as they go to what will be the third last on the next circuit, it's Boomdocker out clear. Sage Merlin is second, Prince Rock third. And Prince Rock went there. And that leaves Hidden Value in third place. Then comes Andy Pandy and Red Rum and Brown Admiral. Then comes Roman Barr and Forest King. And as they head towards the 13th fence, it's Boomdocker out clear of Sage Merlin, Hidden Value, Andy Pandy and Red Rum. And Charlotte Brew still going as we join Peter O'Sullivan.
And Boomdocker a long way clear. Sage Merlin heading the remainder ahead of Hidden Value. Then comes Andy Pandy, then Red Rum. Just in behind them come Brown Admiral going strongly, and Roman Barr and Forest King. But as they come down now towards the 13th, it's Boomdocker a long way clear of Sage Merlin, who's going to jump it second. Jumping it third is Hidden Value. Red Rum and Andy Pandy next, followed by Roman Barr and Brown Admiral. Then comes Sir Garnet going well. As they come down to the next, Boomdocker well clear of Sage Merlin. And then closely grouped are Red Rum, Happy Ranger, Andy Pandy, Hidden Value, Brown Admiral, Waterbuck, Sir Garnet, Behind Sir Garnet is Nerio, coming to the chair now, Boomdocker. Boomdocker a long way clear at the chair. And he's over the 15th, clear. Sage Merlin comes in to jump it second, and he's down. Sage Merlin a faller there. Hidden Value jumps it next from What a Buck. Andy Pandy, behind them Brown Admiral. Then comes Red Rum and Roman Bar, and then Sir Garnet and Boomdocker clear over the water. And it's Andy Pandy who leads the next group over the water, followed by Hidden Value and What a Buck and Brown Admiral, then Roman Bar, and then comes Red Rum, then Sir Garnet on the inside, then Sandwither and Forest King and Nerio and Happy Ranger, then the Pilgarlic, then comes Churchtown Boy. On the inside of Churchtown Boy is Zeta's Son, and behind them come Eye Catcher, then Collingwood, then Carroll Street, and the Songwriter. A long way back behind the Songwriter is Gay Vulcan, then Foresail. Behind Foresail is Charlotte Brew, just taken the water, getting a cheer from the crowd as going down out into the country. Boomdocker is a long way clear of Andy Pandy and What a Buck, and Barony Fort still continuing, and over to John Hanmer.
Docker refused when well clear at the 17th, and this leaves Andy Pandy in front, all the leaders over that safely. It's Andy Pandy out clear himself now of Hidden Value, then What a Buck on the inside. Then comes Red Rum, and they're over the 18th. And all the leaders once again jumping it safely. There a mistake by Collingwood, and it's Andy Pandy coming to the ditch in the lead from What a Buck, Hidden Value, Red Rum, then Roman Bar, Brown Admiral and Nerio. Then comes Sir Garnet and Forest King. And going to the 20th fence, it's Andy Pandy clear of What a Buck, then Nerio. And then comes Roman Bar, Hidden Value, Red Rum and Brown Admiral, and over to Julian Wilson.
Yes, and Andy Pandy is well clear from What a Buck in second place. Towards the outside is Red Rum, who's going really well as they come down to the one before Beaches, and Andy Pandy is 10 lengths clear over it. Andy Pandy from What a Buck over in second, Nerio's over in third, then Red Rum towards the outside. Behind those a Happy Ranger, then Brown Admiral, Churchtown Boy rather behind that. Just behind that is Sir Garnet. Towards the inside is Brown Admiral, and Hidden Value as the leader. Comes to Beaches Book for the second time, and Andy Pandy is down. Andy Pandy down at Beaches. Nerio is also down at Beaches, and Brown Admiral's gone at Beaches as well. But the rest of the field are over, and coming to the 23rd fence, it's now Red Rum disputing it with What a Buck. Just behind these is Churchtown Boy, then Happy Ranger and Sir Garnet. And over that one, it's Red Rum who leads. Red Rum is the leader as they race down towards the canal turn. Red Rum from Churchtown Boy, and What a Buck, then Happy Ranger, and behind that is the Pilgarlic and Sir Garnet as Red Rum jumps the canal turn in front. Red Rum by 2 or 3 lengths from Churchtown Boy, and second and third is What a Buck in fourth, and Sir Garnet's a faller there. In fourth is Happy Ranger, in fifth is the Pilgarlic, sixth is Eye Catcher, seventh is Hidden Value, eighth is Forest Rock, ninth is Cedar Sun, 10th is Eye Catcher as they come to the next, and we rejoin John Hanmer.
And it's Red Rum in a clear lead from Churchtown Boy in second place. Red Rum over that, he pecked slightly on landing. Churchtown Boy second, What a Buck is third, the Pilgarlic is fourth. Then comes Happy Ranger. And this is the last ditch, the fourth from home. And Red Rum's in the lead, a lot of loose horses after him. Churchtown Boy's over second, the Pilgarlic is third. Then comes Eye Catcher, then What a Buck and Happy Ranger, then Forest King. And Carroll Street is next, and at the third last, it's Red Rum over in the lead, chased by Churchtown Boy. The Pilgarlic is third, Eye Catcher fourth, What a Buck is fifth, Happy Ranger is sixth. Then Forest King seventh, Carroll Street 8th, and we've got to look a long way back for anything else, but Red Rum the leader across the Melling Road, Churchtown Boy closing, the Pilgarlic in third place, Eye Catcher fourth, and over to you, Peter.
And it's Red Rum with 2 loose horses around him now. Just 2 fences left to jump between he and Grand National History. But close in behind him is Churchtown Boy. The Pilgarlic is about 6 lengths away. Then comes the mare Eye Catcher, and then What a Buck, and behind them Happy Ranger, then Forest King and Carroll Street. They're virtually the only ones left in the 1977 Grand National, and Churchtown Boy is still making relentless progress. Martin Blackshaw coming there very squeakly on Churchtown Boy, but Red Rum is still holding the lead now as they jump the second last. He's over the second last in the lead. Churchtown Boy didn't jump it too well, and it's Red Rum and Tommy Stack now from Churchtown Boy, the Pilgarlic and Eye Catcher as they come to the last fence in the National, and Red Rum with a tremendous chance of winning his 3rd National. He jumps it clear of Churchtown Boy. He's getting the most tremendous cheer
from the crowd. They're willing him home now. The 12-year-old Red Rum being preceded only by loose horses, being chased by Churchtown Boy. Eyecatcher has moved into third of the Bill Garlick fourth. They're coming to the elbow. There's a furlong now between Red Rum and his third Grand National triumph. And he's coming up to the line to win it like a fresh horse in great style. It's hats off and a tremendous reception. You've never heard one like it at Liverpool. Red Rum wins the National.
With his third victory in the National and the manner of his doing it, Red Rum's become more than a national hero to Southport folk. They all backed him, of course, and they gave him a deafening welcome. They even turned out the local brass band. You'd think after 4.5 miles and 30-odd huge fences, he'd be off for a good snooze. But later he was the guest of honour at a banquet at a local hotel. He behaved as he always does, with dignity. This morning he was a great deal brighter-eyed than most of his two-legged partners who'd been celebrating the night through. Already the cards were arriving from well-wishers. There were more, but Red Rum's eaten them. He likes peppermints too. Bob Marshall, the farrier, gave him one for each hoof as he bent his knee to have his expensive racing shoes removed and a workaday set fitted. Then it was out into the morning sunlight with his lad, Billy Beardmore, who looks after him, ready for a walk through the streets. Already the locals had gathered at the gate of trainer Ginger McCain's tiny yard behind the car business. It's only a walk today, but he'll be back in 3 weeks' time in the Whitbread Gold Cup. John Parker, ITN, Southport.
If ever a name has dominated Britain's steeplechasing scene, it's Red Rum, a 13-year-old gelding with 3 Grand National wins behind him and high hopes for a 4th. But with hours to go, Rummy's fitness is in doubt. Then trainer Ginger McCain sadly announces that Red Rum's limp has taken this 4-legged living legend out of the race.
Tommy, you're in the lead. I don't know what you say to Red Rum. Do you talk to him, whistle to him, give him a shout?
I don't know what to say to him, Frank. He's much more intelligent than I am. So what I could say to him wouldn't, I think he's pricking his lugs up. I think he hears something different. He said, I've met that fella before someplace.
I went out onto the balcony in Blackpool and went through a beam and turned on the lights.
Old friends, old friends, sat on their park bench.
There's a furlong now between Red Rum and his third Grand National triumph, and he's coming up to the line to win it like a fresh horse in great style. It's hats off and a tremendous reception. You've never heard one like it at Liverpool. Red Rum wins the National.
After a lifetime as a beach boy in Southport, Red Rum and his trainer Ginger McCain have now moved to the Cheshire countryside. The old horse is fit and well again, but he's not the only favourite in the yard with a sweet tooth. Farm life offers a vivid contrast to their old home behind car showrooms.
Well, we miss a Chinese chip shop, an Indian takeaway, you know, and the train going past 75 yards away. Well, it's a very switched off place, this. It really is switched off, you know what I mean? So we're thoroughly enjoying it. And the best time of the year is coming now, the spring. Trees are starting to bud and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to have a lovely time and hopefully a nice summer.
And he's settled in very well.
Done it well. He's done it well. You know, when they talk about putting him out to grass and that, you know, you put him out to grass and after half an hour he said, I've had enough, and he'll be standing by the gate wanting to come in. So we don't turn him out now, he just goes out, he's led out, and that's how it'll be during the summer. And he'll have half an hour, 20 minutes picking grass, and that will be the extent of it.
Which is which? Well, let's start with Rummy, the first of these 3. He's now, would you believe, 27 years of age, 3 times national winner, 73, 76 and 77, one of the all-time favourites. And would you believe he actually won here? He won here 24 years ago on the flat. Isn't that incredible? And let's see him. Just cast your minds back to the Scottish National of 1974.
Red Rum, 20 years of age, and look at the condition he's in. Absolutely fantastic. He'd do well in a circus, Red Rum. He's a real showman. You know, he does love the crowds, and the crowd love him. Look at that. Well, he's at the equivalent of Des Lynam's age, about 80 in human years. This is, I think, 20 for a horse. But I don't think Des jumps and kicks like this. But 3 times a winner of the Aintree Grand National. Will we ever see the like of that again? He's absolutely jumping out of his skin. Well, that simply is amazing. What a great champion.
Cross the railway line behind me, and you find Indian and Chinese takeaways. And if you're lucky, you can take the money away from the betting shop as well. On the other side of the road, there's a car salesman, and behind it is Red Rum, the only horse ever to have won 3 Grand Nationals. Ginger, you seem to have been together for something like a lifetime, but it's actually 17 or 18 years. How did you come to buy Red Rum for Mr. Lamar?
Well, I first saw him, you say it is a long, long time, I first saw him, it would be 23 years ago this March, when he dead heated, first time out as a 2-year-old. And then I saw him when he also won at Liverpool, or when Piggott rode him at Liverpool as a 3-year-old. Don't really remember seeing him then till we bought him at Doncaster Sales, actually, as a 7-year-old. That was at the July sale, I think. Yes, as a 7-year-old. That was the next time when, you know. And Tommy Stack had been training him, Tony Gillam since then, from Bobby Renton.
You've been running a car hire business. How did you come to train and then to train Red Rum?
Well, every Saturday night, Mr. Lemaire, he had a super houseman come chauffeur called Joe, and it was his night off, and he used to ring me up, and I used to take the car and go and take him to the Prince of Wales and pick him up after me, because he always used to dance as well at the Prince of Wales on a Saturday night. And then we'd go take him home, and he'd say, come in, Ginger, and have a drink, and we'd talk horses, because his horses will Kilpatrick and George Owen. Then I got my licence, my public licence, and he said, right. And he always had a horse with me, literally from the word of having, you know, just a horse. I think it was 3 or 4 years afterwards when we got first Glen Kiln, and then we got Red Rum. First 2 good horses I ever had.
You've had some wonderful moments with him over the years, Ginger. Which for you was the best?
I really could not say that. There've been so many, so very, very many really super moments, you know, from winning his Nationals to being second in his Nationals. They've been super as well, the Scottish Nationals, and other things besides that. I mean, we've gone to places, you know, I would never have gone to without him. I've met people I would never have met without him. I mean, he's opened lots and lots of doors and given us 17 years of pleasure, literally. And problems.
Everybody has this image of him galloping along Southport Beach at 50 miles an hour with you chasing him along beside him in the car. Does that still happen?
No, he doesn't even get ridden out nowadays. He had a type of angina, a small blockage in an artery or something along those lines. He now gets, I think it's 1 1/4 grains of something, warfarin or something like that every day to keep his blood on the thin side. But it doesn't seem to bother him, but he's not ridden out now. He's just led out every day. We tried to cut his engagements down, actually, keep restricting to 1 a fortnight. He had 6 engagements. Well, when I was away the other day, it was the agent had 6 inquiries for him, or people wanting to book him, in actual fact, not just inquiries. And as I say, now we just keep him down to sort of, hopefully 1 a fortnight. Liverpool will allow him 1 a week type of thing. And he loves it.
What sort of jobs does he do, Ginger?
He's done everything. You know, there's very, very few things he hasn't. He's been from being sort of Highland chief at the Highland Games to being in theatres in London, betting shops, supermarkets.
Red Rum has gained a permanent place here at Aintree in the hearts and minds of all those who love a truly great racehorse. It was on this course in 1977 that he became the first chaser to win the Grand National for a record 3rd time, ridden by Tommy Stack. We relived that wonderful race with his trainer, Ginger McCain. Ginger, the thing about Red Rum was he appeared to be so much better here than anywhere else. Do you think that was true?
I think he was. I think the thing was, you know, he was a very professional racehorse, and he'd been round over park courses so often. He's had a lot of races. He had in excess of 100 races when he came here. I think it was 113 or 114, somewhere along those lines, I think, during his life. And Liverpool and Liverpool fences, which he only saw once a year, each fence would be a challenge to him. He would be thinking from fence to fence. And all the loose horses and the great ruck of horses and horses all round him, you know, he was a survivor, and he used to have to think about each fence, and he'd forget he was racing. And if you notice, when he goes into a fence, he'll be 2 or 3 strides off, and he would just move his shoulders, and he's always more or less dead right at a fence. And each fence, you see him jump, he will probably gain half a length or a length in the air at every fence. With 30 fences, it makes up for a considerable amount of time, distance at the end of a race.
Yes, and Andy Pandy is well clear from Waterbuck in 2nd place. Towards the outside is Red Rum, who's going really well as they come down to the one before Beaches, and Andy Pandy is 10 lengths clear over it.
Andy Pandy is going awfully well in actual fact. But Tommy was having a super ride, was closer up than he'd always wanted to be really, I think, and the old horse is just lobbing along there and really, really relishing it. I think the rivals did think they would nearly have won, but of course when Andy Pandy goes at Beaches, it's still a long, long way from home. Wherever they go, they've got to go a good mile or a mile and sort of two from there, haven't they, sort of thing, you know. But I, personally, from the stands, was never in doubt that we were going to get there from now on, type of thing. And then going down to the canal turn, he asked him to quicken again to sprint just to go clear of the loose horse in case it carries him out. He goes round there like he's on tram lines. He used to take that line every year, in actual fact, and think, you know, he'd gain length at it. So just watch him just shift his shoulders when he goes into a fence, and he puts himself right at every fence. This is what Tommy says.
He's making his stamina count.
That's right.
Giving him a hard ride, he's forcing on.
The year before, Tommy probably thinks now, being wise after the event, that he should have kicked on the year before when this happened. He didn't. With carrying 12 stone that year, he just sat and waited and waited. That's right, against drag trade. Now he isn't. He's asking him to quicken and to go along, sort of thing, you know. He's just... it's Churchtown boy behind, who's going awfully well.
He won on top him 2 days earlier.
That's right, with Martin Blackshaw on him.
What state were you in at this stage? Were you shouting and hollering?
Absolutely confident we were going to win. Stone, you know, it sounds gassy, it sounds certain, but absolutely stone cold certain. You see he's cantering in Tommy's hands now. Martin looks to be going very easy. He's had a good look round. You see it at this one. The race is all over after this, more or less. I think it's this fence. He makes it. Oof, Martin does. That's it. From then on, it is no contest. You know, he just quickens away. And that is it.
As they come to the last fence in the National, and Red Rum with a tremendous chance of winning his third National. He jumps it clear of Churchtown Boy.
Unique moment in racing history, and everybody now was floods of tears. They were shouting, willing him on.
They were actually. The story was that John Oaksey was on his hands and knees shouting. Actually. But he's quickened along. I don't think Tommy even gives him a slap.
And he's coming up to the line to win it like a fresh horse in great style. His hats off and a tremendous reception. You've never heard one like it at Liverpool. Red Rum wins the National.
And what would you think about Desert Orchid not being allowed to run in the Grand National?
I don't know. He was always a horse with a great ego, and he would have said if he wants to be a man in a man's game, let him go and take his chances like everybody else. I would have thought that would have been the thing. That's the way this old horse would have thought. He's had to do it the hard way all his life, from being a plater as a 2-year-old to being a staying 4-year-old, 4.5 mile chaser eventually. So I mean, you know, he was never wet nursed. He was looked after and looked after well, but he always had a job to do and always did it like a man when he was expected to do it. And I would think he thinks if you want all that adulation, earn it.
Twice at Liverpool and Pontefract when he was a 2-year-old, and when he was a 3-year-old at Liverpool. It was a long time ago. I don't remember too much about him, but you know, he must have been a freak really, because he was only bred to go, you know, less than a mile, and because he was never that big early on as a 2- and 3-year-old, so he must have grown, you know, an inch and a half or so as he got older.
How would you have fancied riding him down the sands at Southport?
Well, it would have been an experience, wouldn't it?
A Japanese entrepreneur called Rocky Aoki offered $1 million to acquire Rummy for promotional purposes.
Rocky Aoki came, and as he got out of the car, one great fat old lady took a swing at him with a handbag and said, "Remember Pearl Harbor?" Well, what Pearl Harbor had to do with Red Rum, I have no conception whatsoever.
Red Rum wasn't for sale. He belonged to the British people, as no horse had ever done.
Times in the 1970s died today at his stables. He was 30 years old. Red Rum's unique record at Aintree and his reputation for bravery gave him a lasting place in public affections, even after his retirement.
For a horse whose place in a nation's affection owed everything to a race which arguably owed almost as much to him, there could only be one last resting place, alongside the winning post at Aintree, home of the Grand National. Red Rum was buried there quietly, without ceremony, this afternoon. The end had come amid the tranquil surroundings of his retirement home early this morning. His trainer had taken the decision to put him to sleep after discovering him in distress in his box. He confessed to having tears in his eyes.
He had a charisma all of his own. He really did. And he loved people, and people loved him. And, you know, the old lad was magic.
That magic endured long after he'd finished racing. 10 times the usual attendance turned out for a special Red Rum meeting at Aintree to mark his 30th birthday in May, drawn by the aura of a horse who, ironically, had been the villain of the piece when he first won the National in 1973, overhauling the gallant, exhausted Crisp in the final stages. The next year, he emerged from his stables behind a second-hand car showroom to win again. Twice after, he was second, before galloping to immortality in 1977.
You've never heard one like it at Liverpool. Red Rum wins the National.
Once he got to the race course, he was a sort of horse that his blood was boiling, he was on his toes, he knew what he was doing, he knew where he was at. He was a true racehorse, a true performer. He was out there to do his best.
Soon a permanent memorial will mark Red Rum's grave at Aintree, suitably since some credit him with actually saving the Grand National.
I suspect he was pretty important in ensuring the race continued, because in the dark days of the 70s, when everybody was concerned about whether the race would survive or not, he was there being wonderfully successful and wonderfully popular, and he kept the imagination of the race in everybody's minds.
Nearly 2 decades have passed since Red Rum last pounded the sands at Southport, but neither tide nor time will ever erase the hoofprints left behind by a legend.
Red Rum, the statue here, life-size by Philip Blacker, has been in place for several years, and it really has captured all that was great about Red Rum, that alertness. His final resting place now is just by the winning post. The burial here was a very private, pre-arranged one, and it was carried out in the utmost of reverence. But since then, cards, flowers, sentiments have been flooding in here. You can see in the background there by the railings a little horse made of... but there he is himself in his heyday with Billy Ellison riding him, pulling hard as he always did, keen right to the last. But so many tributes have come in from people all around the globe. The McCains have really been touched. Their Red Rum will live in our hearts forever. Billy Ellison, in those days before crash helmets were mandatory for riders, used to have his arms stretched by Red Rum on the beach. But the flowers are never ending. They're coming in left, right and centre. People really did feel that they were part of the Red Rum story. And the McCain children, of course, grew up with him. He was always there. Sadly, he isn't. But he will live with us forever, his statue and his grave here at Aintree. May the 3rd, 65. Day was started October the 18th, 1995 was the day that it all ended. It was a marvellous time to be involved in racing, but doesn't that tell you all? Red Rum, proud, an athlete. He did it all 5 times in the National, one semblance of a mistake only. I think we'll have to go a very long time before we ever see shadow of this horse again.
Loving him is like driving a new Maserati down a dead-end street. Faster than the wind, passionate as sin, ending so suddenly. Loving him is like trying to change your mind once you're already flying through the free fall. Like the colors in autumn so bright, just before they lose it all. Losing him is blue. street.